Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Family Squares, and this is from writer-director Stephanie Laing, and focuses on the fallout of the death of the matriarch of this family, and you deal with 3 generations of this family, plus this woman's wife from later in her life, trying to process the grief and turning up some stones and all the secrets that were left behind in this family and trying to have this family reconnect during COVID. And this film is shot in a Zoom hybrid format of you have them all together interacting on Zoom, but you have other shots of them like interacting in their own spaces away from each other, and a couple of them interacting in their environment together. But in general, it really does lean on Zoom, and you know, this is something that's probably done out by now, but I appreciate the fact that this film wasn't completely on Zoom because it did give some breakup there. But, you know, in the confines of this story, that's how this really fits and makes sense for the narrative. And that's the most important thing. And it really deals with grief and how everybody processes it differently. And you have those who are like crying on the Zoom call, those getting annoyed by others crying on the Zoom call. You have all the family secrets and family dynamics and how the 3 brothers interact, or the 2 sisters, and who are the grandchildren of this woman who passed away, and then her 2 children, and how they interact and are in a relationship, and how each of the grandkids and their own children have different kinds of dynamics. And then you have on the outside the wife who doesn't really feel part of this family, and it deals with a lot of different things, but this is a great cast. And you have June Squibb absolutely kills it in the role of this woman who passes away, and in her like videos that she has of like her last will and testament and stuff like that, she's hilarious. And she has such a spark, and her 2 kids are played by esteemed character actress Margo Martindale, who is fantastic. She has great emotional beats. And Henry Winkler, who also gets some emotional beats, but also gets to be Henry Winkler, and pretty funny at that. And you have Dowd, who's such a fantastic actress, who plays the wife of June Squibb. And then you have the kids, Judy Greer, who gets to experience a lot of emotion, Casey Wilson, who's the other sister, Billy Magnussen, who's the youngest son, who is really funny, Scott MacArthur, who has great presence, and Timothy Simmons, who plays the other sons, and Elsie Fisher, who's from 8th grade. I was glad to see her in this as Simmons' daughter. And you have like Zoe Chow and Sam Richardson, who pop up in some other roles. They're just a great cast here. And they all have great chemistry together as they bounce off of each other, offer plenty of laughs. The reveals of the secrets in the family are pretty impactful and poignant, and it works. And Laing's able to build with her direction and also her writing to hit those impacts in an effective way. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of emotional moments, but there's so many laughs. I laughed from start to finish in this film. Definitely one of the funniest films that I've seen so far in this short year. But there are some side bits that probably lagged on a little bit too much. There was one side thing with Dowd hiring somebody to run errands for her, and it was a running gag, and like, did that really need to be there? It just felt like it was some like extra comic relief. And it did, at the core, focus on an important piece for Dowd, but like, I don't know if it necessarily had to be that way, and it took up a decent amount of time. But this is just a really fun time, hilarious movie with some plenty of heart and an incredible cast. And this isn't the most unique film, but you know, it has a lot going for it, and I really enjoyed it. But those are my thoughts on Family Squares. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.